Some congressional Democrats say Governor Abbott's strategy of using state resources to tackle the border crisis may be unconstitutional.
And so they sent a letter demanding a federal investigation. Fox 4's Blake Hansen has details on the claims and the possible legal ramifications too. Blake?
And Stephen, Heather, the move is the latest in a back and forth between the Biden administration and the state over how to tackle those illegal crossings at the border. The state of Texas has been showcasing the work of Operation Lone Star. Governor Abbott's initiative, launched in March, has netted 1,400 arrests for trespassing. In the process, snagging more than 3,000 pounds of cocaine and meth and 132 pounds of fentanyl. Governor Abbott says it was necessary to fill the void left by the federal government.
That leaves it to the states now to step up and do everything we can to hold on to the United States of America until Republicans can regain control of Congress and the presidency.
But congressional Democrats are raising concerns the state strategy runs afoul of the Constitution. 26 sent a letter to the U.S. Attorney General Friday calling for a federal investigation, saying these operations have continued to militarize Texas's border communities and interfered with the federal immigration system, likely violating the supremacy clause of the Constitution.
Yes, I mean, they have a legitimate point. Will it win at the end of the day? Not sure.
David Cole is a constitutional law attorney.
Generally, the courts frown on this when states are acting in an area that's seen as one that's reserved for the unique federal interest in immigration law.
Cole pointed to recent examples when federal authority trumped local authority on immigration. In 2013, a federal appellate court struck down a controversial Farmers Branch ordinance introduced in 2006 to ban undocumented migrants from renting apartments. Just this summer, a federal judge determined one of Governor Abbott's COVID-19 executive orders on transporting migrants violated the supremacy clause. The governor mentioned that ruling in a Fox News interview Thursday.
I will continue to act, however, but it just goes to show the level of pushback by the Biden administration, even trying to deny me to protect the health and safety of my fellow Texans.
The governor's spokesperson responded to the Democrats' letter Friday, saying in part, until President Biden and his administration do their job to enforce the laws of our nation and protect Americans, the state of Texas will continue stepping up to secure our border and protect our communities.
Right. That's the governor's office argument will be we have state laws against trespass. We have state law enforcement officials, and it is our choice to enforce them in a certain way. The federal counter to that is, well, you have all that is true, but the effect of it is to challenge things that really should be regulated exclusively by the federal government.
In the meantime, Humvees have started to line high traffic areas in an effort to prepare for a large caravan making its way through Mexico, with the state and federal government still at odds over how to deal with immigration. Those congressional Democrats also pointed to concerns about all those trespassing arrests overwhelming the court system in that part of the state.